How to use garage sales for wholesaling. Guys, it's Rick Ginn here with Flip with Rick, and you know the drill. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button to receive the absolute best free information on wholesaling available on the internet. Hit that like button. Let's talk about it. I call it garage sale flipping, and I found this out a little bit by accident, and it works. So I'm actually going to share a strategy with you today that I actually haven't shared. Shoot, I don't think I've shared it with anybody outside of my own business. So I've seen other people do it, but everybody has a little bit different method of doing it. So I'm going to show you how I used this strategy in Florida. Recently, we've started it back up, and I want to show you how you can do it step by step. It's actually really simple, but it's brilliant. So I want you to think about it. So garage sales. What's the purpose of a garage sale? The objective of a garage sale is to get rid of crap, generate cash, and free your garage up or your house of pretty much unwanted items. So you'd be surprised how much junk people accumulate. So if you've done wholesaling or you're new to wholesaling, I will tell you this. First disclaimer is don't ever get into the thrift or junk business. It's exhausting. You don't want to do it. Stay away from it. The money is always in the real estate. So I don't want you to go there, and we're not going there with this angle. So garage sales are people that are what? Somebody's 90% of the time, they're looking to get rid of stuff and usually move out of the house. So there are some garage sales where people they're what we call professional garage sellers, and that's not what I'm talking about. You know, the guy who has a garage sale like every month or every week. We're talking about the person who just has a garage sale once and they want to be done with it. They're typically packing up and moving out and getting out of town. And that's the ideal person I want, because what I found in my 19 years of wholesaling is one thing holds true. When there's a garage sale in front of any given house, you have a high probability of that house being sold. It's the truth. I've done it on my houses. Even before I was a wholesaler a long time ago, we did garage sales right before we moved. And I want you to understand that. So knowing you have a high probability of a transaction on a piece of real estate when there's a garage sale, why not leverage the garage sale? So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to teach you how to leverage garage sales in your market to locate motivated sellers to put amazing wholesaling deals together. So we've already described what the purpose of a garage sale is. So here's the first question you should ask me. Rick, are you going to make me go out Saturdays and Sundays and go to garage sales? Actually, it's quite the opposite. Now, full disclaimer, I used to go to garage sales chasing down real estate in certain neighborhoods. You know why? Because I knew them so well. I kind of knew if they were landlord owned, if there was individually owned. And I never wanted to go look at the real estate stuff. It was actually pretty much disgusting. A lot of old, dirty, nasty furniture. I would always ask to take a look at the house. Now notice, I didn't go up and say, is this house for sale? So if you do want to go to a garage sale, always leave a comment like, hey, can I take a look at the house? And they're like, well, why? I go, well, you know, in case you're selling it. I see a lot of boxes stuff. He goes, yeah, well, we are moving out. We were going to give it to a real estate agent or something like that. And if you get them into the house and kind of walking through it in its current condition, you usually can get a pretty good deal when you do it. So instead of just going up and doing like the typical wholesaler does, it goes, hey, is this house for sale? And what's the least amount you take for cash? Try to connect with them on the human level. Ask to take a look around their house. And if they're looking to sell it, they will show you the house. I'm telling you, it works. So that's a great little tip if you want to go to garage sales in person. This video, though, is to teach you how to scrape these garage sales so you can leverage them for motivated sellers. So the best way to locate garage sales, other than driving around, which is not the most efficient way, is simply using social media, particularly Facebook's probably one of the biggest ones you can find the garage sales. There's also Craigslist, which is an old reliable, which we started out using. It's kind of endless now. They're everywhere. So start with Facebook, Craigslist, and work your way down. What they'll do is they'll schedule all these garage sales. So anybody who wants to have a garage sales, the number one thing you need to make a garage sale work is traffic. And that's what they're trying to do. The only way they can get people to it is they got to give you an address. So you're looking for garage sales that they're advertising online that have an address. And it's real simple. You can put them on a spreadsheet, which is what I recommend doing. and just collect them. You'll be blown away when you see how many garage sales are in your geographic area. Most garage sales typically happen on a Saturday, occasionally a Sunday, but most likely Saturday is the time that they're going to have them, and they'll usually advertise them like the week before. So what you want to do is collect garage sales. That's it. So you're going to create what we call a prospecting list. So no different than scraping for vacant properties, pre-probate properties, or using anything you use on listrei.com, is you want to use these lists and start. So now once you have the list, okay, Rick, I scraped the list. What do I do next? Okay. Once you have your list, then you need to cross-reference your list. So Rick, how do I cross-reference the list? Real simple. You have addresses. You don't have names because they don't put names on it. Once you have an address, I want you to go in your local property appraiser site, and you're going to pull up that one and see who owns the property. And on there, you'll have a name and a mailing address. And here's the ones. Now, listen, I don't disregard individual people that are just looking to move and change their lives. I still want to buy their property. I will tell you the sweet spot is in finding the landlords that want to sell their property. And how do I, okay, Rick, how do I identify which one's a landlord? Just look for a mailing address other than the actual physical property. That will indicate an absentee owner, which is usually going to be indicative of what? A landlord. And so let's look at this whole recipe. I have a garage sale at a property where the tenants are there and it's owned by a landlord and they're like selling everything. Rick, I don't understand. Well, tenants are usually moving out, and I'm going to be honest, when you find the absentee owners, don't disregard the regular owners, but when you find the absentee owners, which means landlord properties, is the next step is, in step number 3 is you're going to pick a marketing medium. Now, you can send them mail, you can send them postcards, which is all great, but you want to go as fast as you can. If you can wind up cold calling these people, doing a basic skip trace, finding a contact phone number, and say, hey, listen, Mr. Seller, I noticed you're having a garage sale this weekend, and I was just interested in finding out any more information about it. Now, you know right there that they aren't doing the garage sale. And here's a great tip. This is just blow you away, right? 9 times out of 10, when you tell them there's a garage sale there, they have no idea it's going on. You actually usually catch them by surprise. So by using this strategy, you're basically telling them something that's going on their property. They have no idea their tenant's moving out 9 times out of 10. Odds are the tenant's probably behind on rents. Most likely they might have trashed the house. It's rough. You can look. Now, I'm not going to go out to the property. I don't suggest you do either, but sometimes I've gone to the properties and you can see piles of furniture out there of stuff they're like trying to sell for $5-10. You're going to catch the landlord off guard. And what a perfect time. Think about this. Garage sales, motivated sellers. I'm putting the perfect formula here. So you basically looked up all the garage sales. You cold call them, or maybe you send them like a quick, fast postcard. And by the way, I just handwrite the postcard and get it out because timing is everything. And then you contact them, and then the landlord has what? No idea they're moving out of the property. You got to be kidding me. So while you have your landlord, that's the time to just walk them around and say, listen, have you ever just thought about selling the property? I'm interested in buying a property in that neighborhood. They're really going to take a deep thought about it. They might just be so ticked off like, hey, just give me an offer. But the idea is you opened up the dialogue. You've actually given them information that you've helped them out, and you've actually befriended them because you told them information they didn't even know about. And it can lead to a really, really great deal. And let's face it, you have a tenant that's probably moving out quickly, behind on rents. A lot of properties are rough or trashed out. And even if the tenant moves out, the property is going to need repairs. Even if you don't get a deal right there, that is a perfect follow-up lead for your CRM. You have a vacant house. It doesn't have a realtor on there. Think about it. No realtor, it's vacant. The landlord had no idea they were moving out. So like he has no plans to put a renter in there. This is your time to work your magic to get a wholesale deal and get in there and get a house, buy it as is. And here's the key. It's going to be a vacant property that has issues. It is the perfect scenario for wholesaling. You can easily get your buyers in there, get a deal, put it together, get it done in 30 days, and you're going to look like a hero on both ends. This strategy, it's like gold. So I've done it. It works. Does it take work? Yes. It's just like doing probates. You just pull it up. And by the way, the really neat thing about this is you can do it virtually. So if you want to involve a VA just to scrape, follow my lead exactly what I told you. Scrape the internet for garage sales using Facebook, Craigslist ads, or anything else you can think of that would advertise any of these garage sales. Then cross-reference them to your local property appraisers, key in on what the absentee owner's on, and then skip trace those phone numbers. I want you to reach out and make those phone calls or do a handwritten postcard and get in contact with that seller and just be the hero in this. He or she's going to be upset that they're moving out. They didn't know about it. Now, occasionally they do know about it and they're trying to figure out what they want to put it on the market for. It's a perfect time for you to slip in an offer. And the key is build some rapport up with the seller, befriend them, let them know you're there to help them out. You want to make a painless offer and make it as simple as possible. If you put this all together, it's perfect timing. It's a perfect list. Nobody talks about this list. Very few people use this strategy. People used to use this before. I think it got saturated. And now with the change of times and all the things we're going through, garage sales are really becoming a thing and there's a lot of pent up demand. So I'm excited about it, man. I'm going to run with this. It's a great opportunity. I'd like to tell you, like, there's a specific surface that'll tell you about every garage sale, but I know Facebook, I know Craigslist, and you can add to it. But do me a favor, in the comments below, if you can think of any other places that would list where garage sales are happening, don't forget about if you're in a gated community or somewhere where they have a bulletin post. A lot of times they put them up there. I know some counties and cities require you to get a permit to put up like garage sale signs. A lot of times there's intersections, like a busy intersection. They'll put up all the garage sale signs like a day or two before. Great place to collect addresses. If you do that part of it, we'll call it garage sale driving for dollars, because why not go ahead and collect all these signs? And here's the really cool part. On the sign, they actually put the address on it. So it's like really just take a picture of the sign. You don't have to call on it and it's instant. How many garage sales do you think is going on in your neighborhoods or your surrounding area? Or if you guys are doing this virtually, have you ever thought about using this strategy? It's brilliant. You know why it's brilliant? Because timing is everything. You're focusing basically on properties that are going to be vacant. There's no realtor involved yet, most likely. And here's the really cool part, guys. Okay, here's the part that you're missing. There's no competition. These lists aren't being sold anywhere. You have to manually pull them. And whenever you have to do something manual, in my world, it's gold in wholesaling. And I want you to take these lists and absolutely run with them because they're amazing. And you are not limited to one city, one county. You can do this all over the country. The question is what kind of manpower you can do it. If you guys like to work with VAs to help you scrape this information, it's very, very simple. Do exactly what I told you. It's not that complicated. Make it really, really simple. Utilize this strategy. And remember, you heard it here on Flip with Rick. I've been doing this stuff for like a long time. I did a lot of properties by accident through a garage sale and through networking with other people in the business. We kind of came up with this idea. We all kind of confirmed it. And by the way, it works in all markets. Ask me how I know. It works very well. And so we're so desperate looking for that next greatest list. This list has been around forever. And what I want to do is introduce you to activities just like this. This is a product that I could easily charge anybody for, but I'm giving it away because I really want you guys to understand the information's out there. You just have to utilize the information. You have to implement a plan, and you need to get your first contracts rolling. Guys, just by doing the garage sale flip section I'm teaching here alone will open up a whole nother avenue of getting deals. Guys, tell me what you think. Are you prepared to do garage sale driving for dollars, getting numbers off signs, using Facebook, using Craigslist, Instagram, whatever you need to do, collect that list, skip trace that list, call these people and connect with absentee owners or even individual owners and talk about their property, see if it's for sale. Why not? If there's ever going to be a motivation, if you've ever done a garage sale, it is an event in your life that you want to rid yourself of it. A lot of times people want to rid themselves of the property, especially if it's a bad renter. Tell me what you think. Are you in to garage sale wholesaling? Can you implement this in your local market? Do you think it'll work? Guys, I know it works. I'm telling you the truth. This is what we do in our business. And right now, there's a lot of pent up demand for garage sales. I would run with this for at least the next year or two. And guys, this strategy's been around forever. Like, I'm not the first guy that did it. It's been around for 50 years plus. I'm just letting you know that it's available. How you get the garage sales is the only thing that's changed. So jump on it. Have fun with it. A lot of people are complaining about how saturated markets are. They're only as saturated as hard as you're willing to work. So I'm telling you, this one, there is no saturation at all. You guys are hearing it first. If you're part of this community, I want to hear feedback. If this strategy works for you, comment below. Tell me how you're going to implement garage sales in your wholesaling business. If you want to continue to receive the absolute best free wholesaling information on the internet from myself and my son, Zach, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, share this video of people that you think would benefit, that are tired of depending on gurus that disappoint them time after time. All they do is coaching as opposed to actually doing real estate flipping, wholesaling on a full-time basis like myself and Zach. So guys, this is Rick with Flip with Rick. Garage sale wholesaling, you heard it here first. Go ahead, use it, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.